business owners are always overly optimistic. Okay, that's how I am, and that's what I've seen in the clients. Let me give you an example. Let's say a client has done 10 million in a year, 3 years in a row, and all of a sudden their goal for this year is 15 million. And you're like, wait a minute, you just did 3 years in a row. Then you dig into the goals, and the goals are not dynamic enough. So the point of the video is, know that about yourself, right? Know thyself. So we're overly optimistic. We need to protect ourselves from that fatal blow that could happen if we extend ourselves too far. But at the same time, when we make goals and we say, okay, we're going to grow, how specific are we being? We need to be more specific. We sort of need to be more dynamic, really, and especially if we haven't had growth the last couple of years. And by dynamic, I mean, doing more of what we've been doing probably won't get us there. So that's where you maybe need some outside views, get your team in the decision planning process. Don't have all the biggest goals come from yourself, and even some outside advisors. But I wanted to point this out because I think it's so common. So if you're running a company and you've kind of see yourself in that situation, then you can sort of check that box. Yep, been there, done that. And so what I'm giving here is sort of my observation on that, and then also a suggestion for how you can sort of get out of the rut. Be more dynamic in your goal setting. Don't overextend in the goal setting. So you want to have incremental goals. These are the goals that are going to at least get you, if you've been 10 million 3 years in a row, at least they're going to get you to 11 or 12. They're incremental improvements on certain markets you might have, but then have your sort of dynamic goals, your big goals, right? Get into new markets, or get more narrow but deeper into the current market because your share is so small, or products, expand horizontally into other categories, or get deeper vertically. And a lot of these things you can do, and you can do without overextending yourself. So then rank them, right? Least likely to succeed, most likely to succeed, highest risk, lowest risk, highest cost, lowest cost. Sit on them for a couple of weeks. Keep talking about them, keep thinking about them, because, these things move as we keep thinking about them, as we kind of assess our team, as we learn new things. Don't just, spend a week on it and dive into that goal. Give yourself a couple weeks. But it's not too late to update your 2025 plan. So even if you have your 2025 plan, give these things a thought, talk to your team. Even if all you do is set one long-term goal, but you have your whole plan, but you know what? We're going to sort of assemble, a goal of expanding into this new territory or creating this new type of product line. And it's not a huge monetary investment, but it's that sort of dynamic goal, because what happens is a lot of CEOs also get a little bit too careful. They're overly optimistic, but they're sort of too careful. And most of their goals are incremental. So assess your goals. If they're all incremental, make sure you've got a dynamic, market-changing goal that doesn't overextend yourself, that if it fails, won't cost you too much, but if it succeeds, could open up opportunities into the future. It's not too late. The year just started. So hopefully this was helpful, and let's hear it in the comments. Thanks.